Hi guys, Andy here. Let's have a look at the DAX futures for Wednesday, November 22. For the record, today is Tuesday, November 21. Time is around 5:15 p.m. GMT. And so we will start in the higher time frame. Here we are looking at the weekly chart, and my take on the DAX is that we made a wave one here in the higher degree. So five waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the March 2020 lows. Then we came down here in a corrective move, A, B, C. Wave 2, we reached the minimum requirement for a wave 2, which is the 0.5 FIB retracement. And then from here, I believe we saw another impulse up as a wave one. And I believe now we are working here on the wave two down as an A, B, C structure, as we will see in the lower time frame. So I also, like in my previous video, so I believe we are bullish in the DAX. So we might even be working, or I think we are working on this wave 3 here in the higher degree. This becomes our target area. Of course, we do not go there as a straight line. We should go there as 5 waves. So I think wave 1 was finished here. Now we are working on wave 2, and then a wave 3 should follow. In my earlier videos, I also added here a bearish scenario in the weekly, as until recently this started to look quite bearish. And so then my take on the DAX was that here the scenario in red, that this wave 2 here was not finished yet, but that we came down here as a wave A in 3, 1, 2, 3, that we had here an overshooting wave B, so that this wave is corrective. So as a wave B, as part of an expanded flat structure, and then we should have an impulsive wave C to the downside from this high. If we look solely at the DAX, I would say this is still possible. Like this here as a wave C, this could be wave 1 of C, this could be wave 2 of C, then 3, 4, 5, taking out the low right here. However, if I now look at like the overall market, also considering the other indices, so recently the Nasdaq also made 5 waves here from this low. And so if we have 5 waves up, what we should then have is a 3 waves pullback in the Nasdaq. And so therefore I still favor the bullish scenarios among all the indices. So therefore, I think this low here in the DAX will also hold. So we can see more downside, I would say, in the higher time frame, like a second corrective leg, a third corrective leg, I mean a third wave here, which is then part of an A, B, C correction as this wave 2. But I believe this low for now, with the data we currently have, I believe this low will hold not only in the DAX, but also in the Nasdaq, and also among the other indices. So the scenario in red here in the weekly is my secondary scenario. It's always been my secondary scenario. My primary scenario is the count here in green. So then if we go to the lower time frame, I mean, let's first start with the daily. So here is our wave 2 low. This was our impulse up here, or wave 1 in green. And so now I think we had here this move down was a wave A in 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are now working on a wave B up, corrective wave B up. I know this looks impulsive, but I think, yeah, they are creating this just to kind of mislead you or mislead retail trailers. So far, with what we have now, I would interpret this as a corrective structure. We will have a closer look in a minute on the lower time frame, but I'm interpreting this as a corrective structure. And so that would mean if this structure is not changing anymore with the data we have now, I would expect a wave C down to finish this corrective structure, to finish the wave 2 as an A, B, C. Now, there's also a possibility that if we get additional data here and we are seeing more upside, and this is evolving in 5 waves. For now, I believe we have 3 waves, but assume that this is evolving in 5 waves. Then I will change to my secondary count here, and my secondary count is saying that the wave 2 low was in here after a triple tree correction, after a W, X, Y, X, Z correction. So a similar correction as the Nasdaq made in the wave 4. So that would be my secondary scenario. But for now, I prefer to go with this scenario, the scenario which is showing an A, B, C structure. I also got the question in the comments section on one of my videos if we could have an overshooting wave B. I believe this is not really likely, simply because so that would mean that we then have an expanded flat structure as an A, B, C. But Elliott wave theory says about an expanded flat structure that then your wave A should take place in 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. And for me, it's really hard to count or to see or to interpret this as 3 waves. I would really favor the 5 wave count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, an overshooting with wave B does not seem really likely to me. However, like I say, for the moment, this is 3 waves in my opinion. But of course, I cannot guarantee that this becomes 5 waves. And if this becomes 5 waves, yeah, then it means the low was in here. We had a correction, and then it means we are starting a new cycle to the upside, and then we will of course take out the high right here. That does not has to happen immediately. Could be that our 5 waves from here ends somewhere here, like as a wave 1, then wave 2 pullback, and that we take out the all-time high in the 3rd wave. Could also be that we that the rally simply continues, that we take out this high, that we have our wave 1 here, that we then have our pullback as a wave 2, 3, 4, 5, and more upside. So, and the reason that I believe that this is still corrective is analysis on the lower time frame, I would see. So here now we are looking at the 4 hour. As you can see, we are in the wave B area, and if we go to the 1 hour, not much has actually changed since my last video on the lower time frame. We are still hanging here in this area. So the process of this corrective structure was like, first of all, I told you like this was a potential level from where we could start to reverse. We were holding here a bit at the upper boundary, but the rally continued. Then we were holding here. Like I told you, we could also reverse from here. We were holding a bit, but we further continued up. And then I told you this would be another candidate level to start to return, actually, because of this resistance level we are having here. And again, we are holding here, but of course it could be, and yeah, this is something I would like to warn you for. Like, if we go to the 15-minute, like, what they might do, they might create like some kind of the illusion that there is that there is a resistance level here, that we will not um, that we will not go up anymore. And so many traders can put their stop loss right here if they want to initiate a short, and then what could happen is simply we take it out with one move, and then we reverse to the downside. Because if I look at the 15-minute time frame here, the count, for me, I believe we still need a fifth wave, a wave 5 of 5, to finish this wave C and to finish this wave Y. If I start to count from here, I would do 1, 2, then this here, or 3, 4, new cycle from this low. And then, I think this is the 1, the 2, the 3, this is the 4, and it still looks like we need this fifth wave. So be careful with using this here as a level to put your stop loss. But okay, so now I jump to the 15-minute just to explain you that we can get like one more push. But the main point I want to make right here is actually that I interpret this as corrective, this structure up as corrective, and not as impulsive. I would, what I see in this structure now is a WXY structure, with this here being the wave W as an A, B, C, shallow wave X down, and then another A, B, C structure up. That would be my interpretation for now of this structure. Of course, like I said, in the higher time frame, I cannot guarantee that this becomes an impulse. And so what we should see then is actually, then I would count this here as a wave 1, this as the wave 2, then this here as a wave 3, then we would need a 4 and a fifth wave up, ending with divergence, preferably in the 4 hour, I would say. So let me put this count on the chart. For now, it would be my secondary scenario, because the data is still suggesting 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, I put it in red. But just be aware that this here can play out, the count shown in red. But for the moment, it is my my secondary count. My primary count is still assuming corrective structure up as a wave B, and then from somewhere here we can make a marginal new high. Of course, this I cannot exclude from happening, but then I would expect downside, actually the beginning of a wave C down. Okay, that's my analysis for now. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work, and I see you one of the next days for another video on the DAX. Have a nice day. Bye bye.